Croatia is an amazing country with unique natural and historical landmarks, excellent coastal areas, and numerous thermal springs. It combines the Alps, the Mediterranean, and Pannonia. Croatia is renowned for its numerous castles, picturesque bays, marvelous dense forests, and mysterious cliffs. You'll learn about the country's features and its best resorts in this video right now. Pine forests, olive groves, mountains, and crystal clear waters that allow you to see every pebble on the seabed. Now add in the well-preserved towns, landmarks from different eras, and open borders for tourists, and you'll get the answer to the question, why is vacationing in Croatia an excellent choice? Golden Horn Beach, Central Dalmatia. Beach vacation in Croatia is a philosophy of its own. Each beach is ecological and safe. Moreover, they are considered landmarks of Croatia since they are located in ecologically favorable areas and equipped with rich tourist infrastructure. The Adriatic Sea that bathes Croatia gives the country a magical hue. It is very salty, and its healing properties are countless. Golden Horn is the most beautiful local beach. Its uniqueness lies in the fact that it constantly changes its shape. It depends on the wind load and sea current, the direction of which can change, thus altering the beach's outline. Swimming in the area is one of the most popular pastimes here, but tourists can also go jet skiing and water skiing. Moreover, Golden Horn is a gathering place for windsurfers and scuba divers. But regardless of the number of activities offered to the tourists, they still prefer to enjoy the opportunity to be alone with the golden sand and the sea. Those who seek paradise on earth should come to Dubrovnik and see Dubrovnik, Bernard Shaw once said. And one cannot argue with that. This place is marvelous, and millions of travelers have long been convinced of that. Today, Dubrovnik is one of the most visited cities in Croatia and one of the most popular resorts on the Mediterranean coast. The main attraction of Dubrovnik is the Old Town, which is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. It is surrounded by a fortress wall. You can climb it and go around the entire city perimeter. It separates Dubrovnik's present from its past. Beyond the gates, you'll see the ancient temples, the Cathedral of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, and St. Blaise's Church, numerous narrow streets with endless stairs, squares with fountains, and cozy cafes. The city didn't only manage to charm thousands of tourists from different countries, but also filmmakers. Early in the 2000s, the resort played the role of King's Landing in the Game of Thrones. Split is the second largest city in Croatia. Its main attraction is the historical center, with beautiful examples of Gothic and Renaissance architecture. Especially impressive is the Diocletian's Palace, built between 298 and 305 AD, included on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The structure is so vast that it resembles a city within a city, with restaurants, hotels, and shops operated on its territory. You can also take a walk along the promenade in Split, visit the colorful market, and sunbathe on Bakvice Beach. And if you want a more extreme holiday, you can go kayaking, take an electric bicycle ride, or conquer one of the climbing routes under guidance of an experienced instructor. Even those who have never been to Split will likely recognize many of its elements, which were used as natural decorations in the 4th and 5th seasons of the popular TV show Game of Thrones. Rovinj, formerly a fishing village, is now a popular resort in northern Croatia. Far from the main tourist routes, it is very photogenic and boasts a rich history. The Old Town is located on a peninsula, and its dominant and main attraction is the Basilica of St. Euphemia. In the 8th century, a sarcophagus with relics which disappeared from Constantinople mysteriously ended up under the walls of Rovinj, so the basilica was built on the hill in honor of this event. This church is also the best observation point in Rovinj. Climbing the stairs, you'll get a magnificent view of the city and the neighboring islands. The city's main feature is the extraordinary atmosphere, attracting lovers from all over the world. Zadar Peninsula is the perfect vacation spot for those interested in history and those dreaming of a quality beach holiday. In the capital city of Zadar, you'll see the ruins of the Roman Forum, 19th century houses, and Romanesque churches. You can admire all this from the bell tower. Also worth visiting is the modern attraction called Greeting to the Sun. It is a 22-meter diameter circle paved with glass plates, embedded with solar panels. This system charges throughout the day and creates a light show in the evening. The musical accompaniment is provided by the sea organ, which transforms the sound of the waves into melodies. The clear sea attracts both fans of a lazy vacation and diving and underwater hunting enthusiasts. The most famous beach in the resort is Kolovere, pebble and partly sandy, awarded the blue flag for its cleanliness. For less crowded beaches in Croatia, you can head to the island of Osijek, which is accessible by ferry. Zagreb. Many tourists overlook the capital of Croatia, preferring coastal resorts. However, the narrow streets of the old town, numerous parks and museums make it definitely worth a visit for at least a few days. The main attractions of the upper town, historical part of Zagreb, include the town hall, St. Mark's Church, the Presidential Palace, the Croatian History Museum, and the Croatian Museum of Naive Art. In modern neighborhoods, it's worth visiting the Architectural Museum and the Strassmayer Gallery. The Maximir Park, the largest in the country, is also of interest. An hour's drive from the capital is the Tracoscan Castle, built in the 13th century. It is one of the most visited and beautiful castles in the country. It houses a museum with a rich collection of books, paintings, furniture, and weapons. Zagreb also boasts interesting and unusual attractions, including the Museum of Broken Relationships, the model of the solar system, and the Mirogoj Cemetery, which often is considered one of the most beautiful in Europe, where prominent residents of Zagreb are buried. The island of Korčula is one of those places that many experienced travelers have never heard of, although Croatians speak of it with admiration. The reason for it is the fact that the island is located off the main tourist routes and is about 130 kilometers away from the nearest international airport. According to one theory, the famous merchant traveler Marco Polo was born here. The island stretches for 50 kilometers along the Adriatic coast of Croatia. It is covered with forests, vineyards, and olive groves, and is famous for its excellent sandy beaches. Its capital is Korčula, an old town surrounded by powerful fortress walls. Visitors come here to feel the Venetian Renaissance, visit colorful markets, and see the St. Mark's Cathedral, which has retained its appearance since 1806. It is also worth visiting the Prince's Palace, the Franciscan Monastery, the Church of All Saints, the St. Peter's Church, and the Marco Polo House Museum. To spend time at the beach, sunbathe, and swim, head to the village of Lombarda, where you'll find 3 beaches: sandy, rocky, and gravel. You can get here from Korčula by bus or taxi. The island of Brač is covered by pine forests, vineyards, and olive groves. It is famous for its pink wines and restaurants serving delicious fish and seafood dishes. Ivory-colored stone is mined on the island, not far from the town of Pusiska. It is this stone that is used to clad many famous buildings, such as the White House in Washington. The most popular resorts on the island are Bol and Supetar. Near Bol, you'll find the famous pebble beach Zlatni Rat, a cape whose shape and size constantly change under the influence of wind and sea currents. Supetar is a good choice for 2 reasons. It has public transportation available to the mainland and the most interesting settlements on the island. The museum village of Skrip is located nearby. Also worth seeing are the Blocka Hermitage, included on the UNESCO World Heritage List, and the Drakieva Cave with stone reliefs. Drac is also a good place for fans of active vacations. Here you can go diving. There are many underwater caves, windsurfing, rock climbing, and kayaking. The island of Hvar is one of the most beautiful and sunny islands in Croatia. Lavender fields, green vineyards, and marvelous architecture make it a feast for the eyes. In the main town of the island, you'll find Gothic palaces, ancient churches, and a grand forest. The central square of Hvar is considered one of the largest and most beautiful in Croatia, surrounded by historic buildings such as the 17th century arsenal and St. Stephen's Cathedral. Hvar also offers plenty of opportunities for an active vacation. You can go rafting on the Cetina River or take part in a jeep safari. For lovers of small atmospheric towns, we recommend visiting Stari Grad. It is remarkably similar to the resorts surrounding Italy's Lake Garda. Legend has it that Pula was founded by the Argonauts, and discoveries made during architectural excavations confirm this theory. The city flourished in ancient Roman times. One of the most well-preserved remnants from that period is the amphitheater, which could hold up to 23,000 spectators. Pula has changed hands several times until it fell under the rule of Croatia, which is why it stands out from many other resorts with its appearance and boasts a rich cultural heritage. In addition to the amphitheater, reminiscent of the Roman Colosseum, it's also worth seeing the triumphal Arch of the Serhi, the Temple of Augustus, and the Gate of Hercules. You should also make sure to include the 14th century Castel Forest in your itinerary. It houses the Maritime Museum, the Monastery of St. Francis with an excellent collection of paintings, and the Sea Park, a shady oasis perfect for strolling even on the hottest days. Croatia is famous not only for its medieval towns and stunning coastline, but also for its abundance of national parks. The most famous of them all is rightly considered Plitvice Lakes. It includes 16 large lakes, 20 caves, and ancient beech and pine forests. However, the main highlight of Plitvice Lakes is the breathtaking waterfalls. Due to the varying elevations of the lakes and the limestone nature of the local mountains, there are over 140 waterfalls within a relatively small area. The largest among them has a height of over 70 meters. Interestingly, this mix of heights, lakes, vegetation, and soil creates another amazing phenomenon. This is one of the few places on Earth where not only do the existing waterfalls change annually, but new ones also appear. The Krka National Park is located in central Dalmatia and is known for its magnificent natural attractions. The park's territory stretches along the picturesque valley of the Krka River, and its main gem is the 7 cascades of waterfalls with a total height difference of over 200 meters. The largest waterfalls have a height of over 40 meters. They don't just adorn numerous brochures about Croatia, but also attract travelers with the opportunity to take a refreshing swim. That's why tourists visiting the park always bring along their bathing gear, while the well-maintained walking routes and boat tours can easily add variety to the trip. But Krka isn't just a river and scenic waterfalls. The park is also home to a variety of plant and fish species that can only be found here. Also worth mentioning are 2 Christian monasteries with histories dating back to the 14th century, the Serbian Orthodox Monastery of Krka and the Franciscan Monastery of Visovac, located on the island of the same name right in the middle of the river. The Blue Cave is located on the eastern side of the island of Basevo, not far from the island of Vis. Among the approximately 26 caves on the island, the Blue Cave is the most famous and most visited. It is first mentioned by Baron Eugen von Rasenet. Initially, the cave was difficult to access, as its entrance was below sea level, but an additional entrance was built in 1884. Only small boats can pass through it, as its height is 1.5 meters and its width is 2.5 meters. The natural entrance is located on the southern side and resembles a crypt in the cave's ceiling, through which sunlight passes. The cave was formed by seawater, which gradually eroded the limestone rock, creating a grotto inside. The length of the cave is 24 meters, while its depth doesn't exceed 15 meters. When the sun illuminates the cave through the natural openings, the sunlight reflects off the white bottom and colors the water in a rich blue hue. The vaults of the cave take on a blue tint, and objects in the water appear silvery. It is best to visit the Blue Cave from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., when the sunlight penetrates inside, allowing you to witness this marvelous transformation. Croatia's roads are an attraction of their own. There is a highway connecting the north and the south, and it stretches along almost the entire coastline. It winds serpentine along steep cliffs, passing picturesque bays, colorful towns, and wild beaches, and can make inexperienced drivers very nervous. But once you get used to the road, the only thing you will be wishing for is at least one small stopping place to take some photos of the most beautiful views of the coast. Croatia is beautiful and diverse. There is something here for everyone. There's beautiful nature, architectural landmarks, active vacation options, as well as many incredible beaches. Everyone will surely find something to their taste, and everyone will definitely want to come back. Friends, that's all for today. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and see you soon.